Wedding bells. Let me start off this plea for help saying that I don't deserve it. What's going to happen to me soon I absolutely asked for, but God, someone please save me. I'm a perv. I hack into girls' computers and watch them in their houses from their webcams, or even better, their rooms. Catch them doing yoga, undressing. It's truly my lucky day when I can catch them masturbating. Once, I even caught this lesbian couple, but they didn't do anything fun, just tickled each other and planned their honeymoon. So boring. It's a victimless crime. I get my rocks off or enjoy your conversations, and the people never even know I was there. But I peeked into the wrong cam. No, I didn't see murder or like someone crawling on the ceiling. It was just a girl. She was maybe my age, maybe a little younger, I don't know. Anyway, she was crying in front of her computer. This isn't something new to me. Sometimes I'd find people just doing whatever, scrolling through Facebook, having conversations through the chat, and in the meantime, they would just be bawling their eyes out. It was the internet. People cry a lot when no one can see them. But this girl was full-on sobbing in the most pitiful way. The kind of sob that would make someone wrap their arms around her and tell her everything would be okay. She lowered her hands. She was pale, but her face was red and blotchy from crying. Her black hair hung limply around her shoulders, crookedly, like it was a wig. She just looked so hopeless, like there was nothing left. Time to go, I figured, getting ready to get the hell out of her computer. I nearly screamed when she looked right up at the webcam and furrowed her brow. Her pink eyes pierced through the camera right into my head. Yeah, you heard me. Pink. Figured she was albino. She must have noticed the light. Most people who notice it just assume their computer's fritzing, tap it a few times, and then I log out. No harm done. She didn't tap, though. She just stared. The hair on my neck stood right up.
Hello?
Her voice was soft, very gentle. Her lips split in a grin and she pulled her laptop closer to herself, looking like a child who just got $10 from grandma in their birthday card.
You are watching me. Are you a boy? Do you think I'm pretty? Is that why you are watching me?
She spoke with a proper tone, a lady of class. There was no way for me to communicate with her, but she didn't seem to care. She clapped a few times before wiping the tears off her face, going back to browse the internet while chattering away to the creeper, me, in her webcam.
I'm so sorry. I look awful right now. No one seems to like me. They always veer away from my appearance. Oh, Papa said this day would come. Someone that would not care about that. Someone who actually found me pretty.
Okay, I'd just hacked into Crazy Town. But what the heck? It was entertaining at the time, so I stayed logged in. The girl bit her lip and looked bashful.
I am Eliza Jane. Papa just calls me Liza, though. I am 16. Are you around that age?
I mean, close enough. I just turned 17 last month.
Oh, that is very close. You must be very clever, too.
The fuck? I nearly spat out my soda. Liza didn't seem to notice. She just giggled before grabbing makeup off her side table, powdering her cheeks pink and straightening her wig.
I mean, you peer into my computer, so you must be smart. I have always wanted to date a smart person.
Date? I snickered. Yeah, we're gonna date, I murmured. And then I'm gonna become president of the frickin' US of A. Liza didn't notice that comment. She just grabbed her lipstick tube, screwing it up and applying the ruby red on her lips. She looked like a doll. A china doll with pink eyes.
Well, I think we should arrange our meet soon then. I like the Rose Cafe. I will send you the directions. They have this really fantastic tea. You will love it. I will wear my pink dress. Papa says it brings out my eyes. Is it a date?
I was nearly about to close out when I heard my phone ping. New email. My heart jumped into my throat. Hand trembling, I picked up my phone and flicked it open. I nearly collapsed with relief when I realized it was just a notice from one of my video game sites telling me that they were having a sale on crystals, the paid currency for the game. Absolutely was gonna invest in that.
Well, good night, Adam. I will see you soon.
Her computer shut down. I screamed and dropped my laptop. I heard the screen smash. I didn't care. She knew my name. For the next week, I was jumping out of my skin at someone passing by too close. Even my mom noticed, and she was always focusing on when her next date with some schmuck was gonna be. I just told her I read a scary story, and she backed off. But she was still worried. At the 8-day mark, I started to let my guard down. Clearly this girl just hacked me back, figured out my name, and decided to play a little prank on me. Well, ha ha. Real fucking hilarious. She got me. I was gonna spend all my savings on repairing my laptop screen, and my peeping days would be over. I was walking home from a friend's house when a white limo with tinted windows pulled up beside me. The front window rolled down and I looked inside. A man with chalk-pale skin, pink eyes, and thinning white hair grinned back at me and said, with a familiar proper tone,
"Adam, you almost missed your date. Get in the car, I will take you myself."
I screamed like a girl and took off full speed down the street. Not sure what happened next. I just remember a sharp pain in my side and everything going blurry. When I woke up, I was tied to a chair and was in a strange room. I couldn't see more than a few feet around me with the spotlight shining down from above. I could hear breathing though. People were hiding in the shadows. Across from me sat Liza, her skin washed out in this harsh light. She was wearing that pink dress. Her nails were also painted pink, with little flower designs. She grinned and waved.
Hi! You accidentally trashed the email with the directions, so my papa went and got you. It's not the Rose Cafe, but do you like it?
On the table sat a bowl of soup in front of the both of us. I didn't understand how she expected me to eat, until Liza snapped her fingers and gestured over someone standing in the shadows.
Help him eat, Norris.
When Norris limped from the shadows, I almost screamed. Norris was a man maybe as old as my dad, but every movement he made caused him agonizing pain. And for good reason. His face and neck were covered in thin cuts. Even his eyelids were shredded with finesse. I glanced down at his feet, and he was barefoot, with most of his toes missing. Norris smiled, the slices on the sides of his mouth ripping open and blood oozing from the gaping wounds. I could see his pearly molars.
"Young master, would you like the soup? My wife made it herself. A tomato bisque. The tomatoes were grown on the young lady's estate in England."
I swallowed before I nodded. I don't know how Norris managed to lift the spoon with the only 2 fingers on his hand without spilling a drop. But it made it to my lips. It was impossible to taste the soup with the stench of Norris's blood filling my nose and almost making me hurl. After I'd sipped a bit more of the soup, Norris wiped my lips clean.
Do you like it?
He sounded terrified, like anything other than perfection would cost him another toe or finger. I nodded. Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Give your wife my compliments. Norris looked almost ready to pass out in relief. Liza giggled.
You do speak!
She reached forward and took my hand, beaming proudly.
I will go check on the main course. Do you have any preferences for dessert?
She didn't wait for my response.
Apple pie, I think. If your history says anything. Be right back.
Still giggling, she skipped out of eyesight. I heard a door open and shut. The smile I screwed on my face fell, and I looked at Norris in fear. Untie me! Get me out of here! Get her dad! Something!
Oh no, young master, I cannot do that,
Norris said with a shake of his head, droplets of blood flicking across my face from his many wounds.
The master of the house, well, if this is what his daughter did to me, imagine what he would do if he knew I helped you.
The door opened and Norris gasped.
Oh, no, I made you a mess.
He reached up with a napkin and with a trembling hand tried to wipe off my face.
I am back. Finish up your soup, dear. The main course is to die.
When Liza trailed off, Norris swallowed. When she spoke up again, she sounded cold.
Norris, why is there blood on Adam's face?
Norris wailed and went to his knees.
I'm so sorry, my lady. I am so sorry. It was an accident, I assure you. I will clean him up. I swear it. Please, my lady.
Liza stroked her chin, those pink eyes turning venomous.
Well, if I punish you, you can't finish feeding Adam the rest of his dinner. However, your wife...
She turned to the darkness of the room and snapped her fingers.
Find Estelle. Take her hand and feed it to the dogs while it is still attached. If she bleeds out, it will be on you.
My lady!
Norris howled. Liza backhanded Norris across the face, ripping open his blood-saturated wounds.
Silence! Or I will take you to the chambers and have you drawn and quartered!
Sighing, she pulled a handkerchief from her hand and wiped it clean before she smiled and sat back down.
I am so sorry about that.
The door past the darkness opened and closed.
Norris, feed Adam the rest of his soup. My fiancé will not go hungry.
I don't know how a man with almost no eyelids could cry, but I imagine the tears going across his ripped-up face made the pain worse.
Yes, my lady.
I'm now trapped in another room. I'm wearing a tuxedo and I can hear Liza singing a few rooms away. Every breath you take. My mom loves this song. The groomsmen are servants, and my best man is Liza's brother. He has blue eyes instead of pink. But the way he looks at me now is like how a lion looks at his dinner. This place is hell on earth. Someone please come find me and get me out of here. The moment Liza gets bored of me, I have no doubt what will happen to me will make what happens to the servants look like paradise.